Hello there everyone, this is Rex96 here with another custom showcase video. This is the third one to feature a Vibroblade in a row, so I'm kind of really happy about that. So instead of just talking and preaching about the figure here, I'm going to go straight into going over it. First thing we're going to cover are going to be the weapons. The reason we're going to the weapons first is just one, to get them out of the way, and two, so we can basically strip this down to just the figure and just the weapons. First off, his primary weapon of choice is this blaster right here. This blaster right here is actually the gun I featured on my personal figure, the Jedi Bounty Hunter. I did replace that weapon. There will be an update on that. So this guy is a mercenary. He's a LEGO Star Wars mercenary. He has no specific bonds to any Mandalorian group or anything like that. He is basically, he's not a bounty hunter, he's just a merc, looking for any work he can get. So he is ready for all the tasks. So attached to his gun is a axe. I don't know why he'd need an axe that close to his hand. That's just the only place it could go. Featured with the clip coming off of the side there. Nothing else going on with that except for the blue tip, so we're just going to go ahead and place this right back here. The next weapon on this figure is actually going to be the one on his back. This, see how well I put it in here. Only I can get it out. Stuck on the clip. Rotate a little bit and kind of wiggle out. There we go. Alright guys, that's just how good I made the holster. This right here is a concept weapon I am in the middle of trying to make. This is basically sorry about that. This is basically a crossbow, or when it comes with the Wookiees, kind of a bowcaster kind of weapon. With the bow arms clearly cut off, the sling up here in the back, so it could be slung around its neck, which in this figure will not be. A scope adapted to it, and a extended front barrel with a green tip, just a different kind of ammo he's using, and the clip coming out of the bottom cut back on that angle. So this gun is actually a prototype of mine. It will be in my weapons, my custom weapons video. I will be having one of those coming out on just a bunch of cool weapons over the months and everything, just what I've come up with, and some really cool things, but that will be a standalone video. So this is a very cool concept blaster that I have been in the works of making. I'm actually going to place these down here. The next weapon he has on him is this Vibroblade. Now, this Vibroblade is very, very, very different. Two ways to do that. The handle is actually I don't know if you guys ever got the Bionicle Lego, but they had the those silver weapons, and this is basically the handle cut off of one, because I'm using the blade for something else, wrapped with strings of, or slivers of cloth around the handle, and a red blade here. You guys actually can just barely, there you go. It's not a solid red. There's actually a new technique on here that the noble artist himself actually talked about. This is basically a professional nail care top coat. Now this is not a sealant or anything, this is just a top coat. I'm guessing it's the same thing. I have no idea about nails, guys. That you kind of put over it and just barely swirl around, and it kind of gives you a very nice looking blade. And it definitely does. I'm very grateful for the tip. So that is just a very cool design. Kind of slopes a little bit with a nice point on the tip to kind of give an odd shape for an odd figure. So I think it looks really cool. We're going to set that down with the rest of his weapons until the end of the video. So moving on here, we're going to go over just the... Ooh, he falls right over. We're going to do the full standard review format here, starting from the boots. This is actually down here. Let me move him up. Right here. These are actually pieces of metal put over top of the boots. This is my most recent figure I have done, And I told you guys I was going to be switching over and trying some new things. Well, I wasn't kidding. So we have metal plates on his boots, all featured white. A crude but first attempt at some knee pads. There is no undersuit. Trying to eliminate some things when trying to figure out new things. So, got a little lazy there, and that's kind of a downfall, but just a concept knee pad. Nothing going on up here, but the really cool thing here is this is actually a double belt. There's one strip of fabric there. Let me hold this up for you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see it better. No, because the camera won't focus. Focus, camera. People want to see. There we go, you can see better. It's basically a double belt. I have one row of fabric on the bottom of the torso here. This is just a random figure. On the bottom of it here, and then on the top of it here. So that's just what I started doing. It comes out a lot better. Kind of gives away that odd look too. So I've started to do it on some figures, and I definitely like it, so I'm definitely going to keep doing it. This is a fabric belt with metal pouches over top, and this is the first figure with the metal pouches. I've been talking about it in the past 2 videos, and this one it came out great. So we're looking one bigger patch, 2 little ones on each side. I am still working on the sizing of them, so that's why there's so many. And the break in the middle, nothing going on the torso, or the middle of it here. He does have his bandolier going around his whole body. None, and nothing on it on the front. That was a personal choice there, and you'll see why. Some hash marks up here, and then a metal chest plate put on top of the original torso to cover up some printing that wasn't really necessary. So now we're going to move on to the arms. These arms are actually completely white. This is basically a complete donor figure from other figurines that I've done that I wanted some different colored arms. Well, these are just arms I just had laying around, so I kind of went with the white pattern. The wrist pad, bicep pad, and shoulder pad. Went with a bigger wrist pad here, trying to take up more room. And now with the next figure, I kind of went back to my old way, because it is still experimental. And all white, same on both sides, no markings or anything. All kind of basic. So now we're going to go on to the back of this figure. Moving on to the back, we see something a little different for me. One, he's got a waist cape. And this is no waist cape that is removable. As far as I know, I did this the right way. Yes, I did. This waist cape is no longer removable. I was experimenting with a removable one, and it wasn't working out too well. So this is a fixed waist cape, cannot be removed. Very sorry about that, guys. He has 2 thermal detonators back here, as well as his thermal detonator. Now, the main reason for this figure is this is I'm just going to remove his hair piece. This is the Bionicle I 3.0. This is the 3rd time I have tried a Bionicle I on a Lego figure. The first one was on Optics from Beta Squad. That was just a crude red, a dot with a blue dot in it and a red line. That was completely crude. The 2.0 is on a Mandalorian bounty hunter that was actually sent to the Noble Artist for a review. That was the 2.0. A little bit better, but still kind of crude. This is the 3.0 model. That features a cruder, but better looking red line, kind of showing some actual scarring. The black isn't as perfect. And then the blue dot is just a little bit, kind of the same thing, but just a little bit better because of everything else. So this is the 3.0. I will continue to make it better as I can do it better. But that was the main thing here. I wanted to get my crew designs a little bit better. So this figure features a black hairpiece and also a helmet. And that's what he looks like with the helmet on. Green detailing everywhere. His Bionicle I completely unblocked. The scars are actually blocked when you put his helmet on, ironically. So guys, that is the video. I'm just going to load him back up with his weapons. Alright, so here he is all loaded up. The concept rifle back here, his vibroblade here, and his primary weapon here. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll have 2 more custom showcases coming out pretty much back to back. Figures are already done. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to keep the videos flowing. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.